you. All righty, so welcome everyone. This is the Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission, May 7th, 2025, 6:30 p.m. Well, actually, it's been 6:32. To all persons deemed interested or affected by the Town of Barnstable's Hyannis Main Street Waterfront Historic District Commission ordinance under Chapter 112, Article 3 of the Code of the Town of Barnstable, you are hereby notified that a meeting is being held at Town Hall, 367 Main Street, Hyannis, Mass. Selectmen's Conference Room, second floor, 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, May 7th, 2025. All public hearings and other matters anticipated by the chair listed below may be acted upon. That's a new addition on it. This meeting of May 7th, 2025 is being recorded and broadcast on the Town of Barnstable's Government Access Channel. In accordance with MGL Chapter 30A, Section 20, the chair must inquire whether anyone else is recording this meeting, and if so, to please make their presence known. Thank you very much. I'll assume that's a negative. If everyone could please silence their cell phones. I did do that myself. I'm one of the worst offenders. Okay, roll call. Commissioner Perry Wentworth. Do we hear from Perry? Okay. Commissioner Conrad Watson?
Here.
Commissioner Kevin Matthews?
Here.
Commissioner Cornelius Carley?
Here.
Commissioner Jennifer Hinckley Needham is not here. Commissioner Matthew Clark? Commissioner Laura Cronin. Do we hear from Laura? No. Okay. Commissioner Jack Kay?
Here.
Commissioner Tom Doherty?
Here.
And I, Cheryl Powell, am also here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We definitely have a quorum tonight, so welcome to everyone. Also, special acknowledgement and welcome to our Town Council Liaison, Charles Bloom. Thank you very much for coming and for all of your support.
Sure.
Can I please ask staff to make their presence known?
Karen Pina, Admin Assistant, Planning and Development.
Corey Pacheco, Senior Planner, Planning and Development.
Welcome. I've got to remember, I keep saying Pacheco. Let's get that right. Apologies. Okay, so nothing on trainings other than to remind people conflict of interest training to please stay up to date on that. If you're not sure if you've taken it or not, contact Cynthia Lovell. You're supposed to take it every 2 years. Nothing on awards at this time. There is correspondence, but I am going to be putting that off to the next meeting. Reminder of the Commission's purpose, proper procedure. We won't need to read through that again tonight. We should all know it. Okay, so new business. The first one up is JFK Hyannis Museum at 397 Main Street, Hyannis, map 326, parcel 138. This is with regard to repainting a front door. Are you here? Would you like to come up here, please?
Yeah, sure.
And if I could please ask you to sign in. And if you don't know the details for over here, we can put those in for you. Beautiful day today. Whoever arranged that one, thank you. Thank you very much. Well, tell us a little bit about your project.
Okay, I'm here representing the JFK Hyannis Museum, and we want to paint the front door. We want it in a historic color red. It's on the chart that's in your packet. It's pretty straightforward. These are a paint chart that is recognized nationally as a historic
Do you want to hold
colors.
this?
I have some.
Oh, okay.
So Red Rock Canyon was the color that we picked. We'll accent the reds that are on the front of the building. I think it'll make it look much better. If you're wondering, it's the rather hideous color green right now.
I like it. And welcome to Commissioner Laura Cronin. Who's here. Okay, anything else you wanted to say to that? It seems quite simple, straightforward. So what we do is we go questions for the commissioners on the proposal, and then open up for public comment, and we come back for discussion. So any questions for clarification?
Just one, I think it's pretty straightforward. I like the color. Just for clarification, is this the new chart color list or?
No, that looks to be a
This is the
different
old
chart
one.
color.
Yeah.
That's-
We have historic colors and I'm sure there's canyon.
Yeah, that's historic New England, I think ours is, it's a different color pattern.
Just
But I mean, that is from the historic palette.
It is, and it is up to date, so.
No, I think it looks good. Better than the green.
What's the current color?
Green.
Green.
And a rather awful one.
I was gonna say, awful green, you
It-
said,
it's-
right?
Got me sold.
It's called
Good
weather,
job.
Jack, it's called weathered green.
I see. Well, I'm Irish and I don't like that color.
Okay, any other questions for clarification on the presentation?
None.
Nope, okay, opening it up for public comment. There being none, I am going to ask the commissioners what they think. I personally think it looks fine, but only one voice, one vote.
Good for it.
Yeah, it's good.
Alrighty. So, would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on the findings, please?
I move that the commission find the application to be compatible with preservation and protection of the district at 397 Main Street.
Second.
Okay, now this isn't the one with Laura. It's Laura, it's the bottom one,
No,
right?
that's 561.
Okay, so we have up to 7, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, one of the alternates. Kevin, you wanna go for this one?
Sure,
And then the next one, Conrad, will have you, if that's okay?
sure.
Okay, so, Commissioner Kay,
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark.
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews.
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin.
Aye.
Commissioner Crowley.
Aye.
And I also say aye. Would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on the certificate of appropriateness? Kevin, you will still be on because it's the same application?
Yep.
I move to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the application at 397 Main Street as described in the submitted materials.
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Crowley?
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin?
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews?
Aye.
Commissioner Clark?
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty?
Aye.
Commissioner Kay?
Aye.
I also say aye. Well done. I like the color.
Thank you.
I think it'll be very appropriate for it.
Very excited.
I went to a meeting there on Saturday. It was very interesting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was terrific.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, thank
That
you
was
all.
relatively painless, I hope.
Yeah. I might even be able to get to the Celtics game.
Get out of here.
Don't rub it in.
It's another matter we have to deal with. Okay.
It's called rubbing it in.
Okay, so the next one up, 473 Partners Restaurant, DBA Elbow Room Sports Bar, Wicked Willie's Tiki Bar, map 308, parcel 084. This is with regard to two applications. The first is signage, and the second is exterior colors, or renovations, exterior renovations. Would you like to come up? By the way, closing public comment on the previous, I think.
Did you drop this?
Oh, no, I intentionally put it there. The ones we've already heard. Are they on their way?
No, they're not.
Okay. So they don't get mixed up with other applications. So, all right, tell us about your project. Oh, I'll see if you could sign up. I'm gonna ask. Now, we have two applications here.
Correct.
So it's totally up to you, your preference. Do you want to take them together or separately?
Sure, we can just do a general
That'd be
conversation
fine.
about it.
That'd be
That's
fine.
right.
And we can always bifurcate one out if we find there's some sort of problem, which I don't think there will be, and do the votes separately. Okay, so please feel free to tell us about the project.
My name is Willie Planachek. I've secured the Elbow Room, as many of you know, possibly where that is on 473. It's in the Hyannis Inn. It's been closed for approximately 6 years. So I ventured in and spoke with the general manager, and they called me, and we made an agreement with management. And so we've been going on and on. The liquor license is active. The entertainment license is active. The seating is active. It's just ready to go. There's not a lot. Would like to do a lot of it because it's in disrepair. It's 6 years. The fencing is in terrible shape. It's rotted. And there's a chain link fence, which I gave pictures of, correct, Mary? And they're in your packets.
I have pictures if you want to use them.
Yeah, well, I have them, so
Okay.
just to make sure everybody has a picture of I sent quite a few pictures. This is
Yeah,
just
they're nice.
one of them. The fence is terrible. It's been there for many, many years. And there's a chain link fence as well that is just absolutely horrible. So what I would like to do is remove all of that fencing and put this type of a fence there. Very low level, maybe 4 feet, maybe a 3-foot solid, and then a lattice top 1 foot around the perimeter of the property. That gives the people inside visibility and also people driving by. It doesn't secure, it doesn't make it look like it's a prison. So it's low enough to just to make it a border, just for comfortable. There will be people sitting out there. We do have outdoor seating and so forth. So there's also an outdoor entertainment license. So that would just add to the flavor of the effort, let's put it that way.
What's the material?
This particular material can go either way. I would like PVC, only because it lasts longer, it's shinier, doesn't mold, doesn't need painting. Will not look like that previous picture that I sent you in 5 years or whatever the case. So it's long lasting. I'm a general contractor as well, so I do quite a bit of building. And I'm also, I own Cape and Islands Mediation Services, which is a mediation practice. So again, I just want to be forthright. Let's
Did you say
see.
shiny PVC or?
I don't know the difference, to tell you the truth.
They
It's,
do have a
the
matted,
post.
they do come in matted,
Matted would be fine with me, just as long as it's bright and clean, not moldy and doesn't rot. Whatever you prefer.
The PVC is allowed.
it's but I'm just saying
The
shiny.
matte, yeah, we allowed the matte when we didn't like the shiny stuff.
Yeah.
The shiny stuff didn't look like it was.
So if your question is, would I put a matte finish on it? Yes.
Okay.
Let's see, going down, so that would be that thing. Let's see, what else? Oh, the sign. You see a sign. Originally, this was the sign, I was gonna call it the elbow room, but upon my granddaughter's request, I took them to see Wicked, the movie. And so, Wicked this, Wicked that, everybody says Wicked in Massachusetts, so from there on, it was Wicked Willie. So I'm thinking, and they're calling me Wicked Willie, the kids, and now all the kids are calling me Wicked Willie, so I was thinking the elbow room, I go, God, that's such an old name. What do? Come down and rub the one you're with at the elbow room? Nah, let's not do that. So I came up with Wicked Willie's Sports and Tiki Bar. And I've gotten very good reports on it. Everybody seems to really enjoy the name.
Does everybody have a picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure because you brought them in. I wanted to make sure that everybody.
Now, that's one side of why I'm here, correct? It's the signage.
Yeah.
Is that one
And
good?
the other side, of course, is now the outside of the building. I spoke with the landlord on this, David Rosenberg, and he said he wanted to paint it white. It is brick, as you can see. And he said, geez, can you do it and whitewash it? So I don't know if that's permissible or not. So,
Can make it look aged,
sorry.
can make it appear aged.
Yes. Yeah,
Rather than painting it all,
a solid white, that's correct.
yeah, a whitewash.
Whitewash. The trim, which as you can see is the, around the windows and so forth, I'm asking for a very soft green. There it is right there. I was not aware when I filed that there was a color code.
Yeah.
And in fact, I was sent the color, selections, but not the ones that you're looking at right now. It was very small, the one in the packet.
This is the green you want?
So it's this one.
Oh, this one. Okay, this
Oh,
one
wait,
was
I'm
marked. That's
upside
why
down. Yeah, I'm upside down.
Which one is
Sorry.
it?
that one.
So, right.
It's this one below the darker green.
It's this
It's
one,
marked.
if she wishes, you can pass that around. That would be the trim around the windows. The face only of the building would be white. It is a tiki bar. The tiki bar is going to be white, of course. I will construct it. I am a general contractor. I will build it. I've done a lot of work on the inside of the building already. All the paint job has been done. It's really been brightened up quite a bit. Did some hot water heater's been replaced. Electrical's been replaced. So I'm working with the town and the inspectors on that and the health department for inspections, because it's been closed. So, that's about it for everything. The lighting, I have those on my deck on my home, and so in the flavor of, the historic and so forth, I said, geez, these would really be great, and there's solar to boot. So if you could all take a peek at those, there'll be 5 or 6 of those lanterns. They're approximately 8 feet tall. They really have a nice effect.
yes,
You're
right.
very familiar with them.
Yes.
They resemble the Main Street lighting.
This is an outline of, this is a very big area.
That's a rendering.
That's what I mean. There's a big tree there right now. There's a couple big beautiful trees in this area. Now, are you taking that tree out?
That tree is out, and a tree in front of the motel itself has been trimmed as well.
But here you have no tree,
No tree.
so you're taking it down.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the flooring, what is that flooring gonna be?
That's pavers from 6 years ago. They put those down. Those are 2x2s.
Does that exist right
Yes.
now, this whole thing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The fence exists, the building, the overhang, the awning on the existing building.
Yeah, I know that the existing building, but
This-
this new bar is where the tree is right
That's
now,
correct.
it's gonna be the bar. And
That's
then
correct.
This is I guess, a stage for a band.
Yes, sir. There's outdoor entertainment on the license, on my entertainment license.
I just don't remember this pavement going all the way up to the sidewalk. I think there's grass in this area right now.
No.
That's the existing paving.
Actually, in the picture of the fence, you'll probably see that it actually creeps right up to the bottom of the fence. Yep, it
Oh,
does.
yeah.
And it creeps right out underneath the cage fence and the split rail.
Okay.
So did you say the tree is staying? Because you have a tree here.
The tree's been taken down.
That big tree on Main,
Yeah, that was deemed by the management to be dead.
I thought I saw it today.
what?
The big one in the front of the
They
motel?
did a lot of pruning, and that tree was.
On the side, there are 2 main trees on the side of the elbow room. One on the left and one kind of on the right. At least that's what I remember.
Right.
And you're saying that they've cut one or both of those trees
They
down?
pruned the big one down, the major one, and the one that was on the deck of this was so deteriorated and dead, they felt it was, with the outdoor eating and outdoor drinking and my having an outdoor license and entertainment, that it was a hazard to the public, to tell the truth.
I don't remember seeing
I
that
don't
taken
remember
down.
seeing that
Oh, either.
being down. I have to check on that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I was just there the other day, and I don't remember that tree not being there.
No, the tree's not there.
Field trip.
Do you mean on the inside of the property or exterior?
No, it's inside the
That
structure.
was, that was inside and now it's.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's just,
What's there now? Is there anything else there now other than this one building on the left? Is the rest clear?
yes.
Because I know, isn't this where we addressed an applicant who was putting up apartments or condos or something?
Yes, yes.
So does this incorporate those structural changes that are gonna happen in anticipation of that happening? Or
No.
is this already how it is?
No, I think they came before you possibly for efficiency apartments.
Right.
Is that what you're talking about? Yeah,
I think so.
They're changing over their 52 motel units to 52 efficiencies. That's the motel, that's,
That
Right.
part wasn't being changed.
I'm sorry?
This part wasn't being
So this
changed. when they
part, this
proposed.
part is as it is?
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay, the
Yeah,
rest
it's
is
not
gonna happen.
changing. The rest is gonna happen
Okay.
from where the motel took place and the office. That was where they were doing
That's
it.
better.
This is
Okay.
the elbow room corner, is not
Cool.
part of that renovation.
and the sign is going, my sign is going underneath Hyannis Inn.
Okay.
You see it out there, that's existing. It's been there for
Yeah.
40, 50 years or whatever.
And again, your sign is just gonna say Wicked Willie's Tiki Bar, the elbow room stuff is gone.
That's correct. Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, we do.
Just
This
can I
is here.
send one down to you?
Sorry, I did ask her, everybody had
Oh,
one.
there you
Yeah,
go.
why don't you pass that
Yeah.
around, make sure. everybody has one.
Yeah, the one on the application is the one with elbow room.
And that's only gonna be under the Hyannis.
That's
sign.
correct.
It's not
That's
gonna be on
correct.
the building.
No,
so
it's not.
You're gonna preserve the canopy.
Oh,
Yes.
because there's a signage one. That's what I'm missing.
Oh, of course,
Now,
yeah.
the signed one is only an open close sign.
Whatever you give me, I'll take whatever you give me.
Sure it is down, there's nothing there.
I see that 2 seconds. Just want to see what it looks like.
So, I see, you're not taking these
That was
other
from his
big
granddaughters.
trees down, the ones to the left of your building.
To the left of my building. I'm sorry,
Well,
I can't see that.
that's the owner, right? Yeah.
You know I'm not. Huge tree.
So you took down this one,
That's correct. And they pruned this one. 'cause
but they didn't take it
This
down.
one's there and all, everything else, that's correct.
Does that answer your question, John? Okay. All righty, any more questions or clarifications required on the presentation? Commissioner Cronin?
A question on the tiki bar itself. I think it would be nice if we had a little bit more detail on what the materials would be and what it would look like, especially in the outside bar as well.
Okay.
Materials
Can you
would
be more specific?
Well, here's the plan itself, so I'll pass this along.
How many tables are you planning to have outside? That's such a big spot to have like 4 tables in just a bar.
Yeah, there's gonna be 4 high-top tables and then the seating around the tiki bar.
That's it?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. As you can see, the age of the pavers are they've been there for a while, that's to answer your previous
Are you gonna
question.
change those or
I'm
just
gonna power wash them,
the power washing?
That's probably will look nice when they're power washed.
freshen it up.
Where would you locate those light posts? Where were you thinking of putting those?
I'd probably put them incrementally right around the exterior perimeter, like, you know where the police station is on High Street, High School
Just so
Street
we
there.
don't know enough
Probably
about
have
it, you know, what kind of materials.
2 there and then 3 across the front, just to make them look centered, so they're appropriate, distance. I like everything centered myself, balanced.
Okay.
So the materials of what are they, I can see the dimensions and I can see what are the materials?
It's just
made of?
basically gonna be a frame.
What is it?
Wood,
Is
is
it
it
tiki,
wood?
is it wood, is it PVC, like what's the material?
Well, it would be built out of wood and PVC to finish it off, to trim it off. So if you want that matted look, then that's fine with me.
Right, yeah, okay. One other question with regard, and I might have missed the conversation, with the proposed change of the brick color,
Yes.
and what is that?
I just found that the brick and the tiki bar didn't seem to work for me. So I said, well, to the owner, I said, geez, do you mind if we paint it white? And he said, well, geez, whitewashing would look pleasing, but I didn't see the color scheme that you have, the big chart here either. So I do have the color that I passed down to you, would be the trim on the building.
The green one?
The green trim?
Yes, that
Yeah.
green would be the trim over the door and the, over the door, right here over the doorway and the trim around the windows was that choice, that green, which is a sherbet green, in my opinion.
So when you say whitewash, what does that mean? Does that mean just a light?
It's that very thin white, what would you call it, layer of,
To stain.
yeah, it's a stain, it's
So will it look white or is it gonna look like brick?
both.
I guess I need to see what
Yeah.
that would look like,
It's just a light layer of white over the brick.
or what
That's
would the
correct.
brick look like
You
when it's
would
done?
you would immediately say that it's brick.
Okay,
It's not like I'm hiding the brick, it's gonna hide the brick. You look
Okay.
at it, and go, it's whitewash, it's brick, it's a look.
It makes it look old.
no, that's what I mean,
It does, yeah.
that's what I'm thinking it might look like, but I don't, I'm a visual person.
Kind of makes it fade.
So I just want to just bring up a couple of things, if I could, about the things that you ask for, the things that aren't necessarily in the guidelines, but that I'm not necessarily rejecting. Whitewashing is one of them. We always ask usually that bricks stay the way it is. But, I just had a brick fireplace in my home painted white, and it looks like it's from the 1800s, so I have no problem with the whitewashing. But I just want to make sure that the rest of our commissioners know that that's one of the things that we're just going to have to override, so to speak. The lighting is another thing. You have the lighting pointing up. All of our regulation says the lights must point down. So again, I'm not really that concerned about it. I don't think that's going to be a major thing for me, but just to throw that out there so everybody knows, that is something that we're going to be overriding by approving. And the sign says plastic, and we don't allow plastics, but again, you're going into that already existing sign with your
right.
sign, so
right.
again, that's not a major deal for me either, but I just wanted to throw out and the color. That green color, the is not in our colors that are in our regulations and guidelines. It's a tiki bar, so I can understand why you'd want that kind of a different kind of a tropical green, so to speak, or whatever you call it. But again, that's something we're gonna have to override because it's not in what our regulations say. So just wanna throw that out there for everybody.
Well, also, just to clarify, it's not so much regulations, it's the difference between overriding and discretion. Some things are left at our discretion.
When I say override, that's what I mean. It's our discretion to change the regulations and guidelines. So that's why I'm just putting it out there so everybody knows.
Okay.
As far as the lanterns go, just to clarify that, I could, should you not approve that, I could find a lantern that is, I didn't know you.
Points down.
You didn't know, there are many of them, but you know, they're available, but I just thought, you know, I'd show you what my intentions were. But to find ones that are down, that's not a problem whatsoever.
I actually think those lights are pretty fancy for a tiki bar, to be honest with you.
I wanted to match the flavor of the, you know, the
Of the
downtown
district,
area.
yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
So
of course.
I thought they kind of captured.
Oh, that's a good point. There's
Yeah,
solar,
there's
so
solar. I
you
think
need
that
us to kind of have them up.
really does help.
Gotcha.
And
And I think if you could do, I think more of a, the downward glow is more conducive to the area too, rather than having it up that way, because that way you can help with the lighting there. So you might want to look into having the downward light.
Right.
And you still maintain the solar, which is a great idea.
The globes are pretty too, the white globes are also pretty.
Yeah, also onion lamps, things like that. Those from, anyway,
What's the stage made of?
That'll be made out of just wooden frame. Well, it'd be a wooden frame with a PVC decking.
Okay.
8 inches from ground, so it's basically ground level.
any other questions on the presentation?
Just a clarification on the fence. Like, on Main Street, next to the old Hyannis Inn, it's a post and rail fence, and you're changing it to the lattice fence.
That's correct.
So it's gonna be post and rail up until this point here, and then you're gonna have the lattice all the way around the corner and up to the entrance of your place.
May I look over?
Take your time.
That's kind of how it is right now, because he has that side fence right.
Yes, I would replace,
The piece in front.
I believe I would cut the corner there, I would bring the lattice and the fence down here and just go right across those 3 parking spots there. Just a continuance where it just doesn't stop. And then the lousy fence continues.
And
The
landscape,
lousy fence
The lousy
continues.
fence.
and the landscaping, this is the landscaping, you are gonna do these 3
Yes.
trees here?
I have a Finnish fine gardener that works for me in my general contracting business. And I'm having her come in and do a beautiful surround canopy of floral patterns and bushes, and that's what she does.
Some places are now putting in palm trees.
I thought of that, and I also thought about lighting them up and, getting the plastic ones, but you probably don't go for that.
No,
Not the plastic ones.
They have, they're green and you plug them in and so
Yeah.
forth, so I kind of, yeah.
I like the idea of what you're trying to do here, but I'm not, it's Hyannis, we have, really traditional lanterns and then tiki colored, canopy colors. I don't know, maybe we should pick a lane, I don't know, I'm struggling with it.
You also have other signs on top of your canopy of your tiki bar, correct? Because we haven't talked about those yet.
Right,
So you're going to be putting those signs up on it as well?
whatever's permissible.
But we
All
don't-
all three signs? Because remember, you're going to have two-way Hyannis, so you'd have to actually, if you wanted to make sure it's seen everywhere. Yeah, you'd have to put it on
I would
three,
just have the one on the front facing Main Street, not the one,
not the ones on the side.
that's great. facing the
Those
park.
other ones are not really in the application, though, I don't believe, are they?
no.
They're not, that's why I just brought it up.
He just brought that one, with Big Willie's. The one he just passed around.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Is that the one that's gonna be in the front?
That's underneath the Hyannis Inn sign.
Oh, okay, so what would be on the tiki bar?
Same thing, would be
Okay, that's
just a
right.
replica.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And those would be
But
like.
this one would be in, it would not be plastic sign, would not be, lit up. This one would be whatever is prescribed as the signage for the town.
Okay.
Town signage.
So those are things that we need to figure out, the
It's all right.
materials.
So is this not being used?
No, it's the one that
This is the
It's
last
that one.
Just
Correct,
to
the one on the left.
clarify.
Yeah.
Okay.
My left.
So, I'm gonna open it, oh, sorry, was that, Matt, were you asking? I saw your hand move, you were trying to get my attention, okay. All right, I'm gonna open it up for public comment. Yes, would you like to come forward? If you could please sign in as well. We can put that, or you can put that in, right?
I just want to show Laura. Here's my question.
Oh, thank you. That's what I would envision.
Can we just clarify what that was?
Oh, so white, the
It was
brick
just a
whitewash,
whitewash brick so that she could get an image.
what it
Can
would
we,
look like.
would you mind showing the rest of the commission?
That's what I was thinking it was.
Yes, I know exactly what it looks like.
It
Thank
looks-
you.
Anybody?
Looks nice.
Yeah, if we could just let people go around and see, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Keeps the brick.
It's now part of the
Thank you very
presentation.
much.
so-
Absolutely.
I
Just
like
being
what you
here and, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, that's fine.
You're hired.
Jack, you're new to building things, you should probably take a look at that.
Well, I could hear it described, I'm a visual person, so I.
Thank you very much for that. That was very kind of you to do that.
Any more
Okay.
seats open on the board? I mean, she's great, she's, boom.
I know, we're in Barnstable.
Okay, so any other people want to comment, public comment on this application? Nope. Okay, so, in that case, commissioners, what do you think of it?
I like it.
The only thing that I would change is just the lighting. Put the
Yeah.
downward lighting instead of the up, that's the only thing.
So in summarizing, we have the fence, just to clarify, is wood, PVC, you're going for the matte?
PVC matte finish.
Okay, so PVC matte finish. Lattice. Mhm. Okay, and then for the bar, that's going to be the material of wood, a combination of wood and PVC?
That's correct.
Is that correct? Did I get that right? Okay. I wanted to ask, you said you're not the owner of the property. You do have permission from the owner, right?
Yes.
Do we have a copy of that permission from the owner?
I do not.
Okay. But just to say he's okay with you doing these things to his property.
I'd be making a big mistake. You didn't.
So would we, so we'll probably make that a condition, that he gets his permission first. Okay, and the lighting, two of the commissioners have expressed prefer the lighting to be downwards. How does the rest of the commission feel about that?
If it's gonna be downwards, is it gonna give sufficient light to light up the area?
Well, what about the onion lamps? That's part of we sometimes do onion lamps, and that's very localish.
Onion lamps don't have a direction.
Oh, no, they don't. Well, they don't, but they have light.
Neil, what do you mean there's not enough,
I mean,
might not like
I'm
the
wondering if it's at night, where is your lighting gonna come from those tables at the side? What's your light source if it's dark out?
Well, how are those gonna light upward?
Well, they go more out,
Could be,
whereas
yeah,
the light goes downward if it's pointing down.
I was
These would be
thinking the other way
broader,
around.
this would give a broader surface area, footage,
Would
Below,
light the
is
area
what you're
more.
saying.
just around, just a sphere of light.
Then I wouldn't have a problem with it staying the way it is.
Kevin, you were the other one that was.
I'm fine. Like I said, I'm just looking at what we have and what we've told other applicants, that we always said down, down, down. But again, I'm not gonna, die on that hill. I'm fine with the lights the way they are. I think they look good.
But do we have an issue with the, another reason why they're downward so that there's not, what do they call it, light?
We prefer downward because usually it's on signs and things like that.
Right.
That's why we have
Light pollution
guidelines
or whatever they
and
call it.
discretionary ability. So looking at where the location is and what it's supposed to be, the task it's fulfilling. But like I said, I'm only one voice, one vote, so I'm trying to get a general
I
feel
mean,
about the
if you look at
motion.
Smith Family right now, they have those string lights
Yeah, the big gold
that
gold
go
strings.
down, and that's very well illuminated.
Yeah.
I mean, my concern is that if it's too dark, it's not gonna look good.
Correct.
Well, could you consider doing some of those globe lights around, so you do have like kind of like the atmosphere that's out? A lot of them are doing that on Main Street with the globe
Or
lights.
do that in addition.
In addition, yeah,
In
I mean,
addition
I
to.
think that those make sense, and then, once you see where it's laid out, you're probably gonna need some other kind of lighting at the tables and such, and you consider,
What I would like to do is reserve that for the safety, you know, for me to decide.
yes,
The
yeah.
safety of my patrons, of course.
Yeah.
And people, my staff and everybody involved in it. I don't want it to look circusy, you know.
Right,
you know,
yeah.
when
Yeah.
With the hanging, some are hanging, some are out.
Right,
Blow
yeah.
out
Good
the
point.
stuff.
Good point.
That's a good point,
Also, with the weather, they're affected.
yeah,
Because those are electrical, these are solar.
right.
It's another good reason why I chose them. There's no
Yeah.
power.
No, I think that's good.
The other outstanding thing is the green. How are people on that? Where do we, I'm just trying to get the motion in order so that we tackle that first.
Did everybody see the chip?
Is there anything in our chart, because he wasn't
No,
aware
I've
of the
checked the
chart?
chart. There's
Yeah,
no-
nothing
there's no
that would
greens.
compare to what we
There's
have.
nothing on
The
that.
IK restaurant did something similar to that.
Yeah.
And I thought that was in the palette, no?
I think that color's fine. I mean, it's a tiki bar, I have no problem with it.
When you look out,
Probably 2 weeks.
Oh,
And
nice.
then I have to wait, there's a waiting period, correct, on this, and then I'll be applying for the tiki bar permit. So it's funny, so I'm talking to the inspector, and I said, so, what do you want me to apply for? You know, what am I building? He looks at me and goes, I don't know. I said, you don't have a tiki bar category, do you? He goes, no. I said, how about is it a pergola? Is it a pagoda? Is it a shed? And he's going, you gotta work with me, Will. You gotta help me on this. I said, all right. I said, let me get through this and make sure that it's all gonna go.
Yeah.
So,
I think we have a tiki bar now, but we'll see. Okay, so so whoever's gonna make the motion, if you, those are the key points to clarify. You okay with that? Any more discussion that we want? No? Okay, in that case, oh, I'm sorry, Corey. And I should have asked you, Corey, if you had input
Sorry,
on
you
that.
might wanna add the stage to the application.
Oh,
It's
that's
not
right. That
Good
was
point.
My other
not
question.
detailed in the application at all.
Good call.
Yeah.
And if you want a more definitive landscaping plan too as well,
Okay,
that's something you do cover in your guidelines.
Right. It shows to be identified.
so can we have clarification on the stage? Materials?
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the stage is gonna be a wood frame made out of PVC, of course, with a with PT lumber. And built correctly, obviously I'm a builder, and then just a flat surface and probably a slight overhang to protect them from the weather, you know, just to give them a little shelter from the backside. So to be a open three-sided stage, I would say probably no more than 10 by 5,
Okay,
which is proportional to what you're looking at.
about that. Any questions from the commissioners on that? Nope. Okay, in that case, anything more from Corey? Nope. I'm-
Should we wait and see a complete plan, or are the commissioners okay with this, or did they submit the landscaping? I agree, that's a real good point, the landscaping. Should
That
that
should
be
be-
submitted to you, or should we see the plan and then vote on it?
I am going to put in, the things I have to be added to the motion would be a more definitive landscaping plan, which you would come back to us and just show us the more definitive landscaping plan, if you could please, that's an easy one. Another one to add on is permission from the owner, which you can send to Karen. And also the stage to be added on, as presented.
And the sign on the pergola as well. And by the way, Willie, were you planning on lighting that sign on the pergola?
If allowable,
So that you'll have to, like gooseneck kind of thing, those are definitely downward. So, I mean, that's the kind of thing you can put on that as well.
Okay. And lighting, what are we doing? We're okay with the lighting now, or what?
Lighting, yeah, but on the sign on the pergola, if he's gonna light that, you should have the gooseneck down, it's like we
Yeah,
have
gooseneck.
around.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sign. Okay, close public comment. Cory, you had nothing more to add, right?
Not at this time. I
We
mean,
added some
if
great
it-
things,
if there's a
thank
lot
you.
of, there's still a lot of open questions. You can obviously continue the application to get, further detail on the stage, placement of the lighting, landscape plan.
So how do
These
you
are
feel? Do you
details
wanna
have
have them come back with those things?
I
Or
would.
are you ready to go to motion?
I'd like to see them come back. I'd like to see placement of the lights too, where they are.
Okay, any other comments from commissioners?
Can someone be designated to approve it? Because, I mean, it's summer in 2 weeks.
We can, that is within our scope, we can do that. We can say these are the things that we're concerned with. We can ask Cory to, we would make it conditional on those items, and that we would vote on it to approve it, and we are able to delegate that to go to planning for Jim or Cory to have a look at it and see if it's met with what our concerns were.
would that be administrative, what I submit to you? So as long as it reflects what you're asking me and I submit it to you, then it would be approved because there's a 20-day wait period too. So are you suggesting that I go wait another 2 weeks to come back here and then another 20 days?
There's a few options here.
Yeah.
We can have you come back and present it to us, which our meetings are every 2 weeks. That's one option. It's not set in stone. The other thing is, Commissioner Watson has made a very valid point. Summer's in a couple weeks. You want to have things done. Totally understandable. We have done this, I think, 2 or 3 other times. We can say these are what we want, clarified. The position of the lights, as it's already on camera and everything anyway. The sign on the pagoda, the gooseneck sign lights for that, on that sign, the owner, and the lights, and also the stage. Those things to be
Do you want a
clarified.
plan, a building plan for the stage?
More, you can add to this, and you can clarify where
I
it
mean,
is.
that's
what
up to the
size.
commission, the
Yeah.
level of detail they want to see for approval.
So if you could submit it very much like what you have for the others, or you could add it on, you could clarify in writing, the stage will be such and such by such and such, and height and whatever,
Sure.
and these are the materials. And if Cory's okay with that, we can vote on this subject to these things being clarified. Or the other thing is we can just take a vote on it. I mean, how do commissioners feel? I'm only one voice, one vote, so that's why I turn it back to everybody and say, what do you want?
Can I just ask one more thing? Did we even discuss the open sign?
No,
That's
we
my
did
little
not.
pet peeve. I love my open sign. So did you have any plans for the open sign?
That's the open sign that's been on the building since, I believe, 1989.
It's just a piece of,
That's the sign that's there presently.
It's a current feature.
where is it sitting?
They put it in the window, I believe. I never went there myself. I don't know where they put it.
Okay, all right. So this is just gonna be, you're not having any flashing open?
No, I've read the guidelines for that, no
All
neons.
right. So
I
if this has been sitting in the window for 40 years, it can sit in the window for 40 years. Thank you.
You got Laura's
Not
stamp
being
of
what I would
approval.
suggest, but that would be okay. That's, as long as you're not
That's a
changing
good question.
anything. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm done.
So I'm not voting on this article, but I guess, Tom, the question is, and everyone, do you feel comfortable with him, with approving this project without seeing everything on the application like it should have been in the first place, or would you rather see everything on there first before you say go?
Well, that's what I'm
That's
asking.
the
The thing is, Corey, you're aware of what the concerns are and you know what our guidelines are. So if we were to approve it tonight, then if this gentleman gets that information to you and it looks like it's addressed pretty much what we had voiced and it clarifies and it addresses the guidelines, I have no problem with you going ahead and saying that met with what they voted on to let you make that decision on.
And I think we have broad consensus as to all these points that we've brought up. The landscaping, me personally, I really don't see it. This isn't, a condo project.
Yeah.
It's just, shrubs,
It's
trees.
straightforward,
Yeah, it's pretty
yeah.
easy. Stage is a stage.
Yeah.
When it's been family, I'm sure it looks very similar.
It's not like you're dealing with the height of the building or
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So-
It's all straightforward
I'm
stuff.
very comfortable going forward with this, with certain provisos.
How about others?
I am too. I think Conrad
Me
brought
too.
up a good point.
Yeah.
It is close, and I trust Corey.
Okay.
You
Corey,
know,
are you all right with
on
that?
Corey.
Absolutely, that's what we do.
Sure.
Okay,
That's what we
so
do.
in that case,
Used to be Jim before, now it's cool.
we're going to, we have 7 voting, so Commissioner Kay, Commissioner Doherty, Commissioner Clark, Commissioner Cronin, Commissioner Crowley, Commissioner Watson, and myself. Okay with this? Okay. All right, so,
Excuse me, what was the decision on the paint? Did we cover that?
Yes, it's one of the exceptions that is part of we've given the exception for them.
Thank you. I wasn't clear on that.
yeah, it's
Okay,
not
thank
like it's a hot pink or
you.
polka
No,
dot, so.
thank you.
Some color.
All right. And thank you, by the way, for being so amenable to address our issues. All righty, would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on the certificate of approval? Findings, sorry. Yeah, so findings.
You're doing 2
Yeah, and
renovations
they,
the
do you want
signage.
us to put them together, take them, separate them out?
Whichever is
Okay.
preferable.
We'll put them together, because I don't think one clashes with the other. So, would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on the findings, please? And this is for both the signage and the exterior renovations. I've got the list, if you want me to supply the list of the particular things, I'm happy to do that. Or it could be as noted, but that we already noted. Because Corey, you wrote them down, right? Oh, Karen has them listed, so as per what was presented.
Sure, he has it too.
I'll go out on that certificate of appropriateness.
Okay, on the findings.
I move the
Oh, no, it's the
commission,
certificate of, the motion on the findings. Now I've got you doing it.
motion on findings, yeah. I move that the commission find this application to be compatible with preservation and protection of the district at 473. Restaurant LLC at 473 Main Street.
Okay?
Second.
As per the seconded by Commissioner Crowley. So, Commissioner Kay,
Approved.
Commissioner Doherty,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark. Commissioner Cronin.
Aye.
Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
Commissioner Crowley.
Aye.
I also say aye. Would somebody like to make a motion as per the presentation and the agreement and everything that's on the list there, on the certificate of appropriateness?
I will do that.
Thank you.
I move to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the application at 473 Main Street, Hyannis, as described in the submitted material.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Crowley. Okay, Commissioner Crowley.
Aye.
Commissioner Watson.
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin.
Aye.
Commissioner Clark.
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty.
Aye.
Commissioner Kay.
Aye.
I also say aye. Congratulations. Thank you
Thank
for
you so
working with
much.
us on that.
Thank you so much,
Good luck.
not only for your hospitality, but also for your service to the town. I think it goes overlooked, so again, thank you all.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's a pleasure.
Can I get a copy of the conditions?
I'll send you an email tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do that first, because then we can speed it up and get this certificate of acknowledgement.
I was going to.
Aye. Right.
Okay.
Celtics are up 13-4 first quarter.
Your location, Corey, where do I find you?
Not far from Karen.
Yep.
I'll
Well,
be in touch
sometimes
with
you live here.
Or in there.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you all.
It looks very nice.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing it. Alrighty, do you want to talk with Laura first? This next one, Laura.
That's 59, right, that's the one. So, you're in a butter, Laura, for 569?
That's correct. So
Oh.
I'm recused from this, but I reserve myself for some public comment.
Okay, that's fine. We were told by the attorneys that we generally leave the table or leave the room. You can stay, but public comment, okay. So, next up, Hyannis Oaks Condominium Trust, 569 Main Street, Hyannis, map 308, parcel 111, with regard to exterior paint. Is that yourself? I saw your hand go up.
That's me.
Would you like to come up?
Sure.
I didn't know if you were a latent public comment.
I was sitting in the other room, and I kept thinking to myself, this seems like the wrong place.
No, we're much better, you know. Okay. Okay, so this is exterior paint, so tell us about your project.
Yeah, so this is Hyannis Oaks condominiums. It encompasses this courtyard area as well as 2 buildings to the left and a building to the right. I'm the property manager, so I manage the common areas, of which this courtyard is essentially it. They asked me to paint the building white. They would like to paint the terracotta brown, white. There's a lot of things that need to be done to this building. It's been vacant 50% for quite some time, but they're starting to see some new ownership in there. This is the first of what I hope will be several applications in the next couple of years to make this area not only better looking, but safer, because the courtyard itself is in pretty bad shape.
Regular white.
Regular white. The painting company is Serpro Painting. They're a very professional painting company that I've had do other painting projects locally, and the board feels that it's going to look a lot better than it looks currently.
Can I ask you, the brown, that looks like brick to me, or am I seeing that wrong? Is it brown brick you're painting?
It's not really brick. It's like a terracotta. It's got a texture to it. It's like waved. I don't think that those are individual bricks. I think it's a facade.
Yeah, because it looks like they're big, but it looks like it's brick. Okay. So, okay. Anything else?
You're doing the whole building?
Yeah, the whole thing. Just that courtyard area, and there's obviously a lot of signage and stuff already on the building.
And the white trim is gonna be the same as the white building? or-
That white trim's a little bit color.
Is it, it's
The,
what?
the white trim along the tops is a little bit off-white, and the white on the building is gonna be a pretty true white.
So you're gonna have an off-white and a white?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have samples of the white? Whites, there's many different whites. Yeah, go to a paint store. You gotta-
I mean,
Hold on.
And by the way, you're talking about, I'm looking at a picture of, you're gonna paint the whole courtyard, right?
yeah, so the front, the sides down.
Sides down, back, okay.
Yeah, and like I said, that courtyard's in tough shape, but we added lights, we did a lot of work to the back of the building, which needed it. They got a new roof on it in the last 3 years, and they need to, start aesthetically fixing it.
Yep.
Got it.
Okay.
What color is that right now on the inside? Is that white?
Yeah, that is a white,
Okay.
Off-white or white?
it's white.
So the only difference is gonna be the facade of that street-facing part?
Yeah, and you can't see it, but the left side mirrors that. So, there's 2 sides there, left and right, they mirror each other, 2 units on each. facing the street.
Facing the street only, or you're going down the whole courtyard?
It's already white down the courtyard, but yeah, down the whole courtyard will also be white.
What color are the doors, just out of curiosity?
The doors are all glass.
Oh, they're all glass?
Yeah, with a brown, the typical brown metal frame.
On all the buildings?
Yeah, throughout, all the way down there. It used to be the Veterans Club at the very end, or the Veterans Office. Since that left, because they wanted to put residential in there and they couldn't get permission, it's been empty at the far end. So, there's been a lot of vacancy there. There was some planters in that courtyard at one point that had to be removed to keep homeless people from sleeping in the back there. So, there's a lot of work that's been done that hasn't really improved the aesthetic, but like I said, they're trying to do it now.
Okay, so what about the door frames?
The door frames are metal, so they can't really be painted. They'll remain.
Okay.
And all the windows are in the same frame, so unless I'd have to get each individual unit owner to replace those.
Okay. All right, so any questions on the presentation?
Not for me.
No?
No.
Seems straightforward. Okay, any public comment?
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, well, we're coming back this way, so now, that's right, your public comment.
I am public
Yeah.
comment.
I want to clarify that Laura has recused herself because she's in a butter. So she's not speaking as a commissioner, she's speaking on public comment.
Yes. And I also was, it said it was initiated from a complaint, and I am also the complainant. I just, for full disclosure, I'm an abutter to the property here at Hyannis Oaks. And one of the things that it started back in the beginning of April, I noticed that there was some painting going on in that courtyard. And at the time, that courtyard was not painted on the beginning of April. So I had made an inquiry into Corey, and we forwarded it to the building commissioner, and they said they opened up a complaint and went and talked to the owners. I never got any feedback on what they talked about, but I did notice that on April 3rd, there was hardly any paint going on down there. It was just starting, but now it is now fully painted. So today, it's been painted without approval from the Historic Commission. As far as the other items that are going on in the courtyard and such, is that it would be nice to have some presentation of what the plan is overall before it's not even whitewashed, that's fully painted now. So I think that from a historic perspective, it's a shame that all the brick is now painted. I understand that renovations should be made, but I don't think they're giving this Historic Commission the full story, is that it wasn't fully painted before. It was fully painted within the date of my complaint, which was around April 3rd, thereabouts. So I'm not quite sure what they're presenting here now, because it looks like they painting the front now, or it's kind of hard to determine. I thought they were coming to get approval for something that was already done, which is what they're looking, to me, as a person, the public looks at it. So disappointed, I guess, from having, again, not, when you look at what they could have done, they could have put a proposal together, and we maybe the Historic Commission could have provided them with some guidance rather than painting all of it white in there. And there's still no plan for what the rest of the area is going to be, as far as furniture and other things that are out there. So there's not much you can do right now, but maybe you do ask them to whitewash it instead of fully painting it, because it is fully painted now, and it wasn't at the day of my complaint on April 3rd. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there anything you want to say?
Yeah, I mean, my office got a complaint about this. I was unaware that they needed to file for this, and I certainly apologize for that. the day that I got the complaint, came to my office, I called Servpro and told them that they had to stop everything that they were doing. Where they were when the complaint reached my desk and where they actually stopped, I'm not sure, but I told them when I got the complaint immediately that they needed to stop. As far as the plan for the rest of it, I have what's a preliminary kind of sketch drawing that I've recently commissioned, but they're going to have to really raise some money to finance that. I could show it to the board, but it's still, I don't want to say a dream, but it still needs to be financed. As far as what's going to happen this summer, I'm finding the person with the porta potty like $150 a day until that's removed. If I have to apply for it, I will. We'd like to put a couple planters just where that orange cone is, just a nice flower pot, because that's, that orange cone's obviously very ugly. And then everything else, unless the owners have some plans that they haven't made us aware of, is going to remain exactly as it has.
Why is the orange cone there?
There used to be a bed there. People were sleeping behind it, so it had to be removed. There's a drain under the bed.
So it's a safety thing?
Yeah, so it's blocking
It's
someone from
blocking
tripping on that
somebody
drain.
to trip in the dark?
Right.
Okay, got it. And rather than have a cone there, you want to put a pot there so that they'll walk around the pot.
So they'll walk
That
around the
makes
pot,
sense.
and fixing, it's very difficult to fix just that hole. I want to fix the whole courtyard, but
Okay. Okie dokie. So, sorry, was there any more? No, okay. So, commissioners, Laura, you are recused. So, the commissioners that are here tonight to vote on this, on the presentation, are there any questions and clarifications required?
Would you be open to whitewashing it?
I'll do whatever the board would like. This idea to paint it the color it was painted was, really at a brainstorming session of the entire association. The only thing that came up that seemed doable and would make it look clean and nice. If whitewashing will work, we'll definitely do it. Again, that's a textured brick, so it's not flat. It's got waves in it, and I don't know what that'll take to whitewashing, but if that's what the board wants, absolutely.
Jack, can I ask a question from you? Once you've painted this brick, whatever it is, white, can you whitewash it?
No.
Because it's done, right?
No, you can't.
So basically, you would be asking to whitewash the front and keep the whole thing completely white. I think that would look a little strange.
What's your architectural
Well,
view on that?
that existing tan or brown or whatever
Yeah.
color that's on it is already a base coat, correct?
This brown color?
That brown color,
No, that's not a paint.
it's not paint?
No.
Is it textured?
So it's, like I said, it's like, I assume it's a facade. It's brick texture, but it has a wave on it like it was pressed.
Okay.
Um,
Like pressed wood.
Yeah, like pressed wood, but it's it's obviously, I call it terracotta because that's like the closest thing I can think of, but it's it's
Is it
brick.
tile?
Yeah, it's like a brick tile. If
It
you
is brick.
Yeah,
You
it
know
definitely
it's
feels like brick.
Or is it ceramic or is it?
It's not
clay?
ceramic.
It's clay?
Yeah. It feels like clay brick.
So it's never been painted, that's just the color of the facade when it was put up.
I've been managing this property for 6 years. Ever since I came, that's the color it was. I grew
A
up
wire cut?
in Hyannis, and that's always the color I saw it. I've never seen it get better looking, but you guys might know more than
Been a
me.
lot of that tonight.
Is it a brick veneer? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I believe it's a brick veneer. I haven't, the plans, mostly the plans for this have been lost at the town. There's no plans for the septic system whatsoever, so it's difficult sometimes to figure out historically what it is.
How old is the whole property?
I believe it was 1970, late 1970, 1978.
And you mentioned an association, what's that?
So it's a condominium. This is a condominium. So it's a condominium association. It's a little strange because there's 3 ancillary buildings that are not part of the upkeep of the condominium. Each owner is responsible for their building envelope. So, you know, the ice cream place that used to be Keen and Riley's, that's part of this condominium. And then to the right, there's the yellow building that always houses a couple restaurants. I believe there's a Brazilian restaurant in there now. And then this middle courtyard part and the back parking lot behind it are common area. So, you know, while I'm, you know, all the people in the association are my clients, the only thing that I really, you know, have purview over is these common areas. And, you know, my company doesn't own the building. We don't make any money off the maintenance of the building. So, you know, until they raise the funds to do, you know, the work that I suggest, we just have to work with them.
Okay. So,
So we don't know if this is terracotta or this is porcelain. We don't know.
It's not porcelain. It's definitely, I believe it's a brick veneer. You know, it's a textured brick, but it's not the same as like brick on this building. You know, it's not, it doesn't look.
Is it a thin brick?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it the same size as thin brick veneer?
I don't know, I mean, these
3
are.
by 8?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like it's 3 by 8.
Okay.
so,
It'll accept paint.
what was that?
It will accept paint.
It will accept paint?
The guys that I have doing the work, CertaPro painters, they do work for my company for the properties that we manage, and they don't, you know, they want repeat business from me. So I asked them if this could be painted, and they said absolutely, it's gonna, you know, look great. So I trusted them on that.
So my question for you is this the same facade, this brick thing that was all the way down the courtyard as well?
Yes.
And there's already paint on that, so we know it works.
Yeah. Yeah. Did they power wash it before they painted it?
They did.
Yeah. It'll stick.
They did, and the front, you know, if accepted, will be power washed and painted. All the, you know, anything that's on there will be removed and then painted and then put back on, so it's painted, you know, straight out.
That'd be a problem.
All right. Public comment is still open? Nobody
Can I
there?
just ask a question?
Sure.
Is the whole thing gonna be painted now? What is the proposal before us?
Don't,
What is-
but remember your public comment.
I am public comment, is that I was
Yeah,
looking at the application, and the application is to paint the courtyard. Is it clear that the front of the building would be painted as well?
Yeah, I mean, that was what my application was for, is the entirety of this courtyard building. You know, this is what I call Building D.
Yeah.
The entirety of Building D is gonna be painted white. You know, give it a more crisp, modern look. And like I said, hopefully the first step in a beautification process that will make everyone really happy, once it's done.
Okay. Commissioners who can vote, do you want to have further clarification? Do you want to do a site review? What would you like to do?
So and this is my personal opinion. I don't like the way it was done. I will agree with public comment on that it should have come before us first, but that's now in the past, and there's really nothing we can do about that. And as the building itself, it would only make sense to paint the whole thing the same color so there's consistency to it. I'm not condoning how this was done, but now that it is what it is, I think the better thing to do would just go ahead and paint those two ends there.
That is actually my opinion as well, and the reason is, we do have a lot of people in town who don't even know that we exist, but, you know, or know that they're supposed to come before us. That has happened before, I found out. And it is, well, it kind of is what it is, and the gentleman did come in when he just found out that he was supposed to.
I'm happy to come in front of the commission. Honestly, if I had known, I would have absolutely done it. I'm
Come
sorry.
every week, we'll find something. So, but, okay, so I'm closing public comment. And, let's go for a motion on the findings, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So do you mind if Kevin does it this time? You guys want to flip a coin? Who would prefer to vote?
But we have,
They both do.
we both do, because she's out, so we have 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 8 with me.
Oh,
Oh, you can't, that right, 1, 2,
One,
3,
two,
3, 4, 5,
5,
6, 7.
You're right, I was counting Clark, that's right. So, you're absolutely right. Hey, it's late, I can't count anymore at this time of night. Okay, would one of the commissioners like to make a motion on the findings?
Sure, I'll do that. I move that the commission find this application to be compatible with the preservation and protection of the district on 569 Main Street in Hyannis.
Is there a second? Seconded by
I'll
Commissioner Kay.
second it. Well,
Okay.
I mean,
So, Commissioner Kay,
aye.
Commissioner Doherty,
No abstain.
Commissioner Clark, Commissioner Matthews,
Aye.
Commissioner Watson, Commissioner Crowley.
Aye.
I also say aye, that carries. Would someone like to make a motion on the certificate of appropriateness?
Sure, I'll clean it up. I move to issue a certificate of appropriateness for the application of 569 Main Street in Hyannis as described in the submitted materials.
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Crowley,
Aye.
Commissioner Watson,
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark.
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty
Abstain.
and Commissioner Kay.
Aye.
I also say aye. It did carry.
Great.
But you know now when you're supposed to.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, I'm sure I'll be in front of you again about this property soon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, before we go any further, I'm gonna call a 5-minute break because we've been going almost an hour and a half. So 5-minute bathroom break, whatever people need to do. And I better tell Dave. Dave, we're taking a 5-minute break.
Okay, sounds good.
you, we are resuming. Okay, so everybody's had a chance to do whatever. So, where's the agenda? Okay, so, as everyone knows, for the last few years, we've been working on the guidelines and everything else in this one place, and we've met and we have agreed on what we think is good to put forward, at least at this time. We want to, because there seems to be possibly some differences, we want to make sure it's the right one. So that will go out to Jim this evening, and it'll be circulated to everyone. Just to clarify, we cannot send emails in group to the whole committee. It's come up before, but what we can do is we can send it to planning and they can distribute it to us, because then you have quorum issues. So I will send it to Jim and then planning will send it out. Tom, you look like you have a question.
I'm looking at, I know what we're, there
Mine
must be
looked-
two different agendas. The update on the community art wall is not being discussed tonight.
No, we are going to be continuing that to the next one.
Why was it on?
Why was it on tonight?
Because we had some complaints and we wanted to address those and we invited to come, but obviously, the people who invited were not able to make it, so what we need to do is to continue it.
I read the old agenda and I just didn't see this on
Yeah.
there.
No,
So-
this is the same agenda.
It is the
Yeah,
same.
it was.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to, Town Councilor Bloom.
Yeah, I wanted just to mention the business, the Cordial Eye is in my precinct, and I want to make sure that they're here for whatever is said and done.
Understandable.
Yep, that's why we're gonna continue it, I totally agree. Can't continue it forever, but, okay, there could have been more time on that, and I think we have to respect that.
I'm sure they'll show up for the next meeting.
Yeah, that's fine.
So can I bring something up again real quick? The moratorium, where are we on that? Do we have to extend that? Do we have to vote?
That's it, that is on.
That is on there. So we can put our, date of our next meeting is the 21st. So I believe we can put that on the agenda for the 21st.
For the extension?
The-
That's on your agenda for tonight.
You wanna do the extension?
That's on for tonight.
Yep.
Okay,
But the updated community wall, we can put out to the next one.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I
Yeah,
think we have to do the
that.
moratorium because we're coming on the 30 days. So we gotta
Correct.
get that out of the way
Right.
today before it expires and we get in trouble here. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying we should do the moratorium now and decide if we're gonna continue that for how long and deal with the public art review in page 46 after.
so I'm gonna ask open meeting and law and just clarification. My interpretation of that is just the moratorium because it's about ready to expire. We can do the moratorium only tonight but extend everything else because we want to give more than ample time for people to come to speak on behalf of the art wall, but not just the art wall, any other type of art. So,
Just a point of clarification, what in the next meeting will be presented in terms of the art wall as well as the page 46 guidelines? Will both of those be taken up at the next meeting?
it can be,
Okay, and at that point, ideally, we would discuss and come to an agreement, presumably with regard to this new guideline, and then schedule a future joint meeting with planning again.
yes.
Okay.
What happens is, the subcommittee had met and several times, and we came up with what we thought would be appropriate. We also wanted to wait till after the town attorney's office and the Cape Cod Commission had a time to present to us what they felt was appropriate after research so that everything is appropriate. And we have incorporated their information and suggestions into this so that it is comprehensive and it's already been through legal and everything else.
Is this version going through legal?
It's been presented. It's a different font from what I had. I didn't have the
Well,
purpose in that, so that's why
yeah.
it stands out. And I think he's put it under bullet points as opposed to my paragraphs, but it's basically, it's the same thing. We will just clarify that, and I'll compare it to the one that's still on my screen. So open meeting law, Town Councilor Bloom, I believe we can do just the moratorium tonight, can we not?
You can discuss the moratorium, yes.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Yeah, in my case, I wanted the wall to be
Oh, yeah.
put off,
Oh, yeah, I agree.
because that's specific to the Core July.
Yeah.
But the moratorium is for all
The
artists.
Core July has a very good town councilor to represent them because he protects all of his constituents and tries
Well,
to
thank
see
you.
everybody gets fair, and I totally respect that. So, okay, so we are going to continue just to be clear, we're gonna continue to the next meeting.
Can we go through if we can go through the order of the agenda, which is continued business, extension vote, public art review, moratorium. So if we can do that first.
Okay.
And get that done, so we know that that's gonna be going out, we're not losing that.
Okay, so commissioners, how do you feel? Do you want to extend it or do you want to end it or what for the end of the deadline?
Well, we have
No, we have to
deadlines.
extend.
We have to extend it.
We have to extend it, I agree. Corey?
Chair, so you initially voted for a 3-month
That's correct.
moratorium with the possibility of extending it another 3 months for a total of 6 months.
That's correct.
So right now, that 3-month moratorium will end before your next meeting. So
That's
this
why.
meeting, you have to vote to either end or extend it the extra 3
That's
months.
exactly
for the
what I'm
6
saying.
months.
Right.
So
So,
that's currently where the
That takes a
commission
motion.
sits.
yeah, I'll take a motion.
You need it?
Oh, I would like to do it appropriately, so is there a motion to extend it for another, it doesn't have to be 3 months, it could be 2 months or 3 months, 1, 2 or 3 months.
I'll make a motion to extend the public art review and moratorium for 3 months.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Kay. So, voting on this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kevin or Conrad, which would you want to, who voted last? Okay, so it would be Kevin.
So I just want to make sure I get this straight.
Correct.
So the moratorium would be till September? Is that what that's
And we
what?
can always rescind it and take it back to where it,
And you can
end it
rescind,
early.
we can rescind within the 3 months?
Always rescind it.
Once we
Okay,
finalize.
okay, because I don't think 3 months is, I think that's way too long.
I
So,
think,
but as long as we can rescind, that's fine.
yeah.
So let's provide context. You need the legal department to review, Cape Cod Commission. You guys also need to review this document
Yeah.
and talk about it at a public
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah.
So
3 months is,
3 months.
it's gonna go
You know,
fast.
It might
gonna
be
go
3 months,
fast.
but we want to get it done fast. Okay, so we have a motion, was there a second?
Yes, Jack.
So is there public comment?
No, Jack
on
made
this
the
or no?
motion, so who?
Just a motion.
Oh, no, Laura made the motion.
Laura made the
that's right,
motion,
and
Jack
the
seconded it.
Okay, so voting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, Kevin or Conrad, whichever you would like.
He just said he voted last, so I'll go.
Okay, so in that case, we have the motion and seconded. Commissioner Kay,
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark.
Aye.
Commissioner Matthews.
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin.
Aye.
Commissioner Crowley.
Aye.
I also say aye. It is extended for 3 months. I am hoping we get this sorted quickly so we can rescind it. I'm pretty sure this is the same one. It's in a different font, it's in a different, but it's, and there's a few extras. That's why it looks different.
Can I ask a question? One more thing, and I'm sorry. When you submit, when she submits it back to you and you send to all of us, does it go to the lawyers at the same time so they can look?
It
so
went to
we're
the
not-
lawyers first.
Ideally, you would make your edits and changes and what you want the document to look like, and then after that, it would go to review by the lawyers.
That's right.
By our legal department.
Gotcha.
Cape Cod Commission, they provide their comments,
Right.
come back to you, you could look at the comments, you could accept, change.
Cape Cod Commission is involved in this?
Yeah, well, they presented
If you
to us.
want-
They gave
No,
us-
I know they presented it,
Well,
but they just did a
not Cape
presentation.
Cod Commission, Sarah Korjiff, if she wanted to provide comment, because obviously came here and provided a presentation for you on design guidelines.
And suggestions.
For public art, so if she could make suggestions, you don't have to send it to Sarah. for
No,
review.
but Jim did say he was sending it to legal first, so that was where it went.
Right.
So I think this
But-
is just
but
cleaned
doesn't
up.
it make sense to do it, like Corey said, after we have our comments in there? If you send it now and they okay it, and then we come in and make some adjustments to it, then it's gonna go back to legal again. So what he's suggesting is
Oh, I
don't
see.
send it to legal until after we've
Okay,
had our
that's fine.
comments in.
Well, if we get the finalized version, take the 2 weeks to review it, come back here, add our own commentary to it, then we'll have something that we could send to legal,
That's right.
Right,
and then we can send to Sarah,
Yeah,
just
so
as a
have a chance
courtesy,
to
yeah.
read it and go over it and anything, that you feel. What we wanted to do is to be comprehensive, and after taking all that time to have the input from legal and from Cape Cod Commission, we wanted to make sure that we included the very noteworthy things that they had to say, so that it was covered.
How often does planning meet?
Monthly, isn't it? Oh, no, it's every 2 weeks, isn't it? What is this?
Correct.
Twice a month, yeah.
So theoretically, this could be done by July. Late July, we could have,
Early to late July,
yeah,
That's the goal.
good.
So, anyway, we have extended the moratorium. We are continuing the community art wall. We will place another invitation. And we want to have them more than ample time. And we will extend that. So,
I think we have to, do we vote that?
we can vote to continue it. Let's
Did we
let's
take that
keep it
vote?
squeaky. No, we can go ahead and do a vote. Chair can continue it, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask for a motion. Motion to continue?
Motion to continue.
Is there a second?
Second.
Commissioner Crowley is seconding. So now, this time, Commissioner Watson, would you like to vote?
Sure. Aye.
Okay, so it's aye from Neal, aye from Watson, Commissioner Crone,
aye.
Commissioner Clark,
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty,
Aye.
Commissioner Kay.
Aye.
I also say aye. That carries to continue it, and it can we can get it done quick enough, maybe it'll be a month, we can rescind it, and see where that goes. Alrighty, my goodness, we got one more thing to do. Approval of draft minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes as presented?
Seconded?
Second.
Okay, and this time Commissioner Matthews, Commissioner Crowley.
Aye.
Commissioner Cronin.
Aye.
Commissioner,
Aye.
Commissioner Clark.
Aye.
Commissioner Doherty.
Aye.
Commissioner Kay.
There's a whole list of us that weren't here.
You weren't here?
No, neither was Tom and neither was Laura.
Oh, last meeting, that's correct.
Oh.
But I
It
didn't
says right
read,
here,
Point
members
of order.
absent.
Anyone that reads them can vote on them.
Yeah,
If you
I
choose
did
to
read.
abstain, you can do that as well.
yeah, no, I read them, thank you.
Okay.
Notice, I wasn't there.
Oh, it's okay then.
Okay, in that case, I say aye as well.
I read the
See,
minutes.
but we
point,
felt
though.
you were
I
here, that's the
didn't
thing.
even notice I was
I
not
thought they had
there.
to watch the tape.
That's
They
right.
read the minutes.
Oh, my goodness.
I see here, sit here getting confused.
Okay, all right. So, next HHDC meeting is on May 21st. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion adjourned.
Second, third.
Okay,
I was there.
all in favor?
Aye.
Abstain? Nays? Carried.